Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode. I hope you guys are having an awesome and wonderful day. Today, we're going to talk about PPC and the most asked questions. I'm going to address them today. I have many questions. I have over 20 questions that I have here for you that I really would like to go over, and I'm going to answer every question that I have from the Facebook group and the most asked questions from the comments I have. So I'm going to go through them very in details, which is going to be the season finale, which is I'm very sad about. It looks like a Game of Thrones that just ended, for me at least, which is really outrageous, but really was really amazing PPC series. We had 8 videos with that. We went in details from the beginning to the end, which is really awesome content that I really recommend if you're new to the channel to go ahead and watch them. I'm going to have them in the card somewhere here or here, and also we're gonna have them in the end of this at the end of this video. You're gonna have it as the end card that you can go ahead and watch them. I highly recommend and strongly recommend that you watch them because they're really detailed. Go very in depth, sharing a screen to make sure that you really understand PPC. And I really believe it's one of the best videos about PPC on YouTube that they're out there. I have seen many of them and made sure that ours is really on the top of it and explain everything really gradual from the beginning to the end, and for beginners to advanced sellers, which is really important. And during that time, we had a lot of questions that I just wanted to make sure that I come on and just answer them to make sure that we just have the season finale, and hopefully we start with a new season of another subject in the future. We have a few of them that's in mind, but I hope they'll really get you a lot of value, and I hope you guys really make it good value out of those videos. I hope you're implementing them and seeing the results, and I hope you guys really crushing it and making the money that you deserve, especially on Q4 and all the work that requires for you to do just to make sure that you run a really successful business, which is really the goal for each and every one of us. If you're new to the channel, guys, my name is Saad Basim. I'm an Amazon active seller. I teach people on this channel how to make money online, and specifically on Amazon. So please, if you like the content, subscribe, hit the like button, and let us get out of there. Let us reach more people and spike the algorithm a little bit to make sure that really deliver an honest and transparent advice to those who want to start this business and make good income for themselves and their families. So that's been said, I know this is on a short notice. I came live. I just want to make sure that really I do not prepare for it that much. Not prepare for it in a sense of become very automated or edited. I want to make sure it's really raw footage, and I just go through my the questions and answer them more details so you can see my thoughts and everything, and that's really going to help you to make a decision if you already started those campaigns. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and start answering those questions. And we have here a few people on live, which is we have Audrey and we have Mark and we have Nancy. Thank you guys for joining. I know it's out of the blue, especially during the week, to come and do this live Q&A, which is really hard, but hey, thank you for coming in, and I really appreciate it. And for those who are watching it and recorded, I hope you guys, if you have any question, leave it in the comments so I can help you with them. So let's go ahead and start answering the questions. Now, the first question I have is, number one, when I launch a new product with PPC, how long should it take to get organic sales? Very good question, but my answer is going to be, it depends on your market, it depends on your product, it depends on differentiation, it depends how hard you go on PPC, how much you spend on PPC, how aggressive you bid. So all that, it's factors in how long you should see organic sales. But the idea is to be able to push PPC so much and start getting more sales. And once you start getting reviews and once you start getting organic ranking, slowly, you're going to see your sales organically, they're going to go up. The average is basically we're going to get 30% from PPC sales and 70% as organic sales, which is a really good formula or very good equation that you can put in your mind to make sure that if you reach that, you're in a good spot, in a good position. Now, The organic sales, if you have a very low demand, medium, low to medium demand market with a low competition, you will be able to get, you will rank faster. So if you rank faster, you will be able to get organic sales faster. But if you're in a very competitive market that requires you to compete a lot with a lot of sellers that's really pushing hard on PPC, for sure it's going to take you longer time. So now for a low medium market, you will see yourself within a month to 2 months just to be able to get for Amazon to see where they're going to put you. And once they start ranking for 1 to 2 months, you should have really good grasp on organic ranking, which is going to help you to increase those organic sales. For a very high competitive market, for example, like supplement, it will take you time. It will take maybe 3, 4, even 6 months until you, not organic sales, to be able to become, you spend less money on PPC and you increase organic sales naturally, because you will be, with the strategies that I gave you, you will be able to get ranked for multiple keywords, which is really, really going to help you with organic sales. So this is a very hard question to answer, but it all depends on the market, and I hope that was clear. Now, the second question that we have, it's what's the downside to running PPC if my listing isn't optimized? Very good question. So people say, hey, if my listing isn't optimized, I am not making money, that's exactly the downside of running PPC. If you're not optimized, you will have lower relevancy, lower conversion. So everybody comes in, they see your product, they click on it, they see it is not optimized, is not the right offer, not the right price, not the right images. You don't tap on their emotions. They see it as low quality, is not going to convert, which is going to affect your PPC, which is you're going to have higher ACoS or higher average cost of sale, which is going to hurt you. So we always say, before you run PPC, make sure you're fully optimized, optimized in the listing wise, from copyright, from images, from everything else that comes with it. Is very important. Every time I get a client that wants to ask me for their PPC or they want me to work on optimization, I always say, hey, before we do anything, I need to look at your listing. I need to see what the flaws, what the things we can improve before we start with our PPC strategy. So for those who are here, if you have any question, please just make sure that you leave your questions on the comments so I can read them. And also, if you're watching on recorded, just make sure you leave your questions and in the comments so I'll be able to answer them for the next video or the next live Q&A. So in this way, we are going to make sure that I answer questions constantly without having a big text, answering big text. I always answer each and every one of you. I make sure I comment on it. I always make sure that I add value. But if you want to have more, elaborate more on the answer, please leave it on the comment. I will get to it right away on the next videos, or I give you a brief explanation on the comment and then I will give you the bigger picture on the next video. So please do that, really helps. Now, number 3, why has my PPC sales conversion stopped? This happens a lot, guys, because in the beginning, usually in the first month, you have something called a honeymoon. A honeymoon is a period where Amazon pushes your product, the newer products, to make sure they show them everywhere else. They show them on different placements, different audience, to make sure to see where they can show you or where they can rank you. So what happened is, in the beginning, you get a lot of traffic, but if you're not converting, if your listing is not converting, which is really not great, which is going to affect your relevancy, when that affects it, is going, you're not going to convert a lot for a lot of keywords, or Amazon's not going to show you for those keywords anymore because they see you're not converting. So they deem that the whole campaign is not good, or they deem these keywords are not good for you. So they start lowering your bid on it. And that also goes back to our bidding strategy, which is dynamic down only, dynamic up and down, and fixed bids, which is you need to play with them. And if you don't know the differences, please go ahead and watch the video about bids strategies or the new features that Amazon released, so you'll be able to understand why that happens. If you have dynamic down only, you will stop converting on keywords, because I'm going to say, hey, you have up to $1, let's say, a bid, and so they're going to lower the bid until say, hey, you know what, he's not converting, so let it go. Let's try another word. On the last launch strategy that I gave you guys, you should be able to maintain all the impressions, to be able to maintain keywords ranking or keyword exposure, or showing up for those keywords, because I divided them in a really good way, which is the last launch strategy, which is, I'm really surprised a lot of you didn't watch it that much or didn't pay attention, because there was a lot of details. I really highly recommend you watch it. Trust me, for those who are trying them, I'm sure that they're going to get the results. For those who didn't watch it, they just watched the first launch strategy, the second launch strategy. They are good, but not as good as the third one that I gave you. So please go ahead and rewatch it, and you will understand why. Now, number 4 says, I hardly have any clicks. What's wrong with my PPC campaign? If you have no clicks, if you have impression, which is the most important, it's a very important part of the equation. I need to have impressions. If I have high impressions, most likely I'm going to have more clicks. Now, if I have a lot of impressions and no clicks, what does that mean? That means people are not liking your main image. People are not liking the offer, maybe the price or the main image. So that means if you're not getting clicks, that means your product is not attractive enough for them to click on it. So that's where you need to work on the main image and in your pricing. And that's something you can split test. Usually that's what's the issue. Number 5 says, I have a lot of clicks but very little conversion. Why isn't my PPC campaign performing? Actually, your PPC is performing because you're getting a lot of clicks. That means you're getting a lot of pressure, which is really amazing, but you're not converting. So now this is the issue. Why are you not converting? Usually when you don't convert, because the price is not good, or there's something missing in the listing that doesn't make it attractive, or the offer is not that great as your other competitors, that's why you're not getting the conversion. So a lot of times I see people in the beginning when they start, they have this mental block that we talked about in the last live Q&A. It's why people, when it comes the product to Amazon, they have this mental block that they cannot go ahead and spend more money, or they do not want to work on their images, or they don't want to work on their offer or the price. They lower the price to make sure they get momentum, and once they get to the first page, organically you will get those sales and you'll be able to hold yourself very well. But if you don't have conversion, there's something with your price or images. Number 6. This is my first product. What's a reasonable daily budget for my PPC campaign? Very good question. I get this asked a lot. Now, that's all depends on you, on your budget. I really recommend that you have enough budget that you factor in for your marketing, which is really important. And if you see, like we talked about how much money you need, and there's a video that I made about the budget that you need. This is factored in. And I see a lot of people, as I said, they come in and they don't have the budget for it, which is affect them. Usually, depending on the market, if you have low market or a low demand market, medium competition or low to medium competition, you'll be able to get away with $25, $30, which is for each campaign, which is not much, honestly. I always work with something high. I like high demand market with medium competition that's going to make me spend at least on each campaign around $50 to $100. Maybe overall I'll be able to spend $100 to $200, but it's not. The way I do it is not I'm just throwing money for no reason. With the strategy that I gave you with the PPC setup, you actually most likely you're not going to spend a lot of money. You are going to target a keyword that are very related to your product. That means you're not gonna have a lot of wasted money. So even if you have some wasted money, but this is the cost of you getting the data to make sure you elaborate and iterate what's working for you and what's not. So it's a part of the business, you need to do it. But if you in a small budget, it's going to take you longer time to rank, longer time to get the data, but you will get there eventually with a lower budget. But for me, I like to spend the money right away to get the data away, so I can work on any modification that I would like to do to my product. So I like to get the data within 2 weeks for me. So it's all depend on you and your budget, everything. Either you have a low or high budget, you will get there, but just about the matter of time and how long it's going to take you. So that's on you, but it's really hard to pinpoint without looking at your listing, without looking at the market, without looking at demand, looking at the competition, looking at the search volume of the keywords. There's a lot of things that get involved for me to make sure I can give you a right answer, but just general is very hard. Number 7 says, why is my product not eligible for PPC advertising? It could be 2 reasons. One reason is Amazon doesn't like you, which is most likely is not going to happen to you. The second thing is if you have a professional or an individual account. So when you sign up for Amazon account, if you have individual account that you just you have up to, I think, 40 units that you can sell, and then after that is $1 per listing, which is you're not paying a monthly fees. It's called individual account, or you get a professional account. I always highly recommend you do a professional account, whether you're doing retail arbitrage, wholesale, the private label. Always start with professional account. This is going to give you eligibility to eligibility or access to the PPC platform or PPC marketing that they offer. So that's one of the reasons. Sometimes, I mean, this is off topic, not the same question, but if your PPC is not running or they're not performing or not getting any impression, even if you bid a lot, that could be there's some indexing issue that you can go ahead to Amazon and ask them, hey, I'm indexed for my keywords, but I'm not indexed for my PPC keywords. So please, if they can look into it, they can refresh it and will work right away after that. So that's number 7. Number 8, is targeting other brands allowed in my PPC campaign? Very good question, guys. And I think I'm really happy that you're asking those questions, because I won't be able to come up with, I know the answers. I cannot come up with them myself, because I usually, when I have a lot of information, I don't pay attention. I don't know what's good or what's bad. What's important, what's not to you. So I'm very happy that you were paying attention with the PPC series that you come up with those questions, which is, I'm very happy. Now, this is very touchy subject. Usually according to Amazon TOS, you're not allowed to add brands or target brands from the back end. Now, that's been said, if you are like me, sometimes I will target my brands. I don't see a penalty from it, but if you get caught, the worst could happen is actually you will get your listing suppressed. Something that I'm willing to take, but I'm not responsible if you do or not. I'm just giving you what I do. I'm not responsible if you get account suspension, if you're the lucky one. But I really, brands, you're not allowed to do them. But there is a work around it, which is really helps you by running an automatic campaign, or broad campaign that we do in our launch strategy, that's going to help you to for Amazon to show you for other brand names, or if someone types another brand or in the search bar and they type another brand, you will show up for it if you run broad and automatic campaign. That's why I keep them running. Okay, so to make money, to target those things that I cannot do. And there's other ways, like tricky hacks that I can target brands without violating the TOS, Amazon TOS. So that's question number 8. Now, number 9. Is product targeting a cost-effective way to produce PPC conversion? I have seen a lot of mixed results with people, and a lot of people say, hey, it's not working for me. Some people say it's working for me. For me, it's working. The way I taught you how to do it, I'm pretty sure you will get the results, which is really important. It is cost-effective if you do it the right way. If you do it the way I showed you, that when you do product targeting, you do not take the suggested bid, just work around it. Make sure you have a good budget and a good bid you start with, and then you can work your way around it. Now, as I said, every campaign that you're gonna start, it needs to age for it to perform well. If it's not aging, it's not gonna perform well. So if you run the PPC for 5 days or 3 days and then you think miracles are gonna happen, it's not gonna happen. It's about try and error. So you're gonna go ahead, run this product targeting campaign, and when you get the results, you will negative target or eliminate stuff, and you add stuff, increase bids on the things working, lower the bid on things that are not working, and slowly you will see your ACOS start coming down. But it's not gonna happen right away, just like this out of the blue, okay? But yes, it is cost effective to produce PPC conversion. Product targeting is really important if you know how to use it. Number 10. I have a very limited PPC budget. Can I use a fewer campaign than you know that, Can I use a fewer campaign than you show in your PPC campaign funnel model? You can if you want, but you're not gonna get the results that you need. So I really, when it comes to this, I know very touchy and maybe sometimes it's really, it's very touchy and maybe it sounds very rude, but you need to have the budget to be able to run this. If you don't have it and you just want to cut, you're not going to get the full picture. You're not going to get the full keywords. You're not going to get the full data to make sure that you iterate the right way. And remember, guys, you have a honeymoon period in the first month that you really want to take advantage of, and you want to run everything right away then, so you make sure you're getting the right data to make sure you're showing up for the good keywords and find those golden nuggets, golden keywords that you really need. All right, let's see. That's number 10. Let me see if there's anything. All right, let's see what's up. Okay, number 11. I have 20 questions or 19 questions I'm gonna go through, and I hope you guys really finding value. Please let me know. Is it there's value? Give me a like, give me a comment, let me know what's going on so I know if we're doing well or not. Your feedback is important for me, guys. I need to know what you guys think so I can produce what you need. If I don't know, this feedback is a relationship here between me and you guys. You give me your feedback, I'll work towards it, and both of us will gonna benefit at the end. I will be able to see what's going on. I really need your feedback. Please help me with this feedback because it's going to help us to grow and help me to know what you like so I can produce. If it's not, it's very hard for me to gauge. So please do that and help me help you, and let's get those likes and comments on the video so we can start a little bit ranking and be relevant in the world of YouTube. Okay. Now, okay, number 11. The question is, how do I know when to reduce my bids? This is a very broad question, came up, but to reduce a bid, you can start reducing a bid on some formula that's out there, but it's not made out of stone. So I'm gonna give it to you, but do not think this is it, because it's really, there's a lot of factors in place within that formula. There's a lot of search volume has to be considered, has to know how related the keyword is, but the formula is if you get 10 clicks for a keyword, then you can make a decision on it if it's good or not to reduce it or increase the budget on it or the bid on it. The second thing, the click-through rate has to be 0.25% as minimum. So click-through rate is about how many clicks out of the impression. So if you get, let's say 0.25%, so basically 2.5, it's almost like 0.25%. Okay, what did I tell you? Like, it's very easy. So if you get that, then you can make sure that is the keyword relevant or not. So higher click-through rate means you are relevant. Your keyword that you target is very relevant to a product. And the other thing is going to be the bid, how much cost per click or CPC. The cost per click has to be within what you are comfortable with. Some people say $1, some people $1.50. For me, it's $2.50 because I'm in a very competitive market, and supplement has long time value in customer acquisition. So for me, I can go higher, but for general, it's going to be less than $1 or $2. And then you see the ACOS. If the ACOS, according to what you like, usually if my break even is 33%, I can go up to 50%. I keep any keyword at 50% and below, and anything over, I can start reducing my bid. So this is how you do it. Number 12, is there a point when the other campaigns can be deleted and I can just use an exact match campaign? This is really very good question and spot on for whoever asked it, because the main goal is to make sure that we have a campaign that has exact match keywords that we can just monitor and spend money on, and that's it. This is the idea, but it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen because if you're running the strategy that I shared with you guys, you're going to have multiple campaigns, and with optimizing and negativing keyword that don't work very well on the campaign, or removing the good keywords to a good campaign, depending on the strategy that you're going to use for optimization, you are actually going to keep a lot of the campaign or most of the campaigns running because they're giving you a good ACoS, or they're giving you a good return on your investment. So that's been said, I always keep the campaigns that are running and they give me a really good ACoS. I'm going to keep them. So there's no point for me shutting them down. And you have to understand also, any age of the campaign is very important. If you have a campaign running for over a month or 45 days or 2 months, that's something you want to keep or add more ad groups to it, because the age of the campaign is very important for your success, and the history on that campaign is going to help you to have more to find more profitable keywords that's going to help you with the PPC. So this is a very good question. You never delete. You just, if there's something really not working at all, you can stop it or archive it, but most of it is going to be good and you will need to keep as long as they're making you money. Number 13. Why do you recommend an automatic low bid and low daily budget campaign for RAOA? Why not the same strategy as PL, as private label? Very good question. Guys, there is a big difference between private label and retail arbitrage. Private label, you have your own product, your own brand that you are trying to get exposure. You're trying to get out there with using marketing, using PPC to make sure you show up. So by having the strategy I gave you for private label is going to help you to show up for keywords. But now for RAOA, you're actually using already a well-known brand that actually still works, already ranks, already has its own BSR that doesn't require a lot of marketing strategies. And also because you're competing with so many people within the same listing. In RA, you might have 10, 15, 20 sellers selling on the same listing, which is doesn't make sense for you to put all that money on a PPC for it. Now, the main reason for our AOA, retail arbitrage, online arbitrage strategy, is basically for exposure only. I want to put an automatic campaign low bid just to get exposure. If someone buying, let's say, a Nike shoes and I have a Nike socks, maybe the Nike socks will help you, will show up under someone else's Nike shoes, and I will get the sale because they might buy it together. So that will work much better. With the low automatic bid. I don't think you should have more, but it's up to you. For wholesale is a different, you can a little bit imitate the private label strategy, but has a different way of doing it as well. So that's number 13. Why do you recommend automatic low bid rather than private label strategy? Number 14. If I lose the buy box, is PPC still costing me money? No. No. If you have no buy box, your PPC are not running. They're not running. So that's the same question happens for RAOA, and the same thing happens for private label when you get suppressed. Or your product, you get a warehouse deals, Amazon warehouse deals, or something like that. Whoever have the buy box, if you have the buy box in your Seller Central and you're running PPC, PPC will start running. If you're running in your account PPC and you don't have the buy box, PPC is not going to run. It's not going to be delivered until you have the buy box. So in this case, you are actually winning and you not need to worry if you don't have the buy box. Number 15, by using the same keyword in multiple campaigns, aren't the same keyword competing? Man, you guys are asking a good questions, man. Very good. By Amazon terms or by Amazon TOS, they say if you're running the same keyword in multiple campaigns, you are not going to compete with each other. But the idea out there, or perception, or what people think, yes, you are actually competing a bit. So I don't see they say you're competing, it's 50-50, it's very hard for you to know, but I can tell you one thing. If you're running your PPC, the strategy that you did with the same bidding strategy that I showed you, you are not going to show up, or your campaigns are not going to compete against each other, or you're not going to show up. For example, if you have a coffee mug and multiple campaigns, they're not going to show all of them in coffee campaign for multiple match types. What's going to happen is the following. Amazon is going to see which campaign that works best for that keyword, and you're going to see all the keywords or the data for the coffee cup is going to be in one campaign and the others not. So realistically, I don't think it's going to compete as much. I don't think it will if you do this strategy. And honestly, I do not like a lot of repeat keywords everywhere. I kicked the camera, and the camera is good or not. Let me see. Okay, we're still good. Okay. So this is what I think. I think you should be fine if you do the strategy that I explained to you, and you'll be good to go. Number 16. Would I get better result by using more keyword in my campaign? No, no, no. Do not have a lot of keywords in one campaign. This is going to confuse the algorithm. It's going to confuse the PPC indexing. So do not have a lot. Have little, but use the match types correctly, and you will see yourself you're getting much better results. So do not stuff them, because Amazon says, or what happening is, if you have 100 keyword in one campaign, and let's say you have from the most related keyword to most high search volume keyword to the least, anything that in the bottom that's not related but you're still adding it, Amazon, how they test their campaigns, they go ahead to the campaign, they see the keywords, they pick few keywords, they show you for them. If you don't convert, you don't make sales, or you're not relevant enough, what they do, they're gonna deem the whole campaign is not good and it's not gonna work anymore. That's why I divided the campaigns for you from low bid, low volume keyword, and high search volume keyword. So like this, they don't compete with each other. That's the why. Number 17. When you have a very expensive keyword, do you still adjust the bid by increasing it 40%? When you have a very expensive keyword, do you still adjust the bid by increasing it 40%? I'm not sure what does that question mean, but I don't care about how expensive the keyword as long as I have my conversion there. So for example, if I know my net profit is $10, and if I target a keyword that costs $2 or $3, and if someone clicks it and the conversion is high, I will still do it every day. Like if I tell you, hey, listen, I guarantee you almost if you pay $2 for this keyword, you will make $8. I will do it all day long. So it all depends on the conversion rate, how well you're doing with it, and it doesn't matter how much you spend on it. Okay? So this is really doesn't matter. I mean, as long as you're making money with the keyword, regardless of the CPC, go ahead and do it. Number 18, which was very confusing question. I didn't understand it, but let's try it. If I take all of the keyword from phrase match and place it into negative exact for a broad match along with short tail keyword, haven't I just canceled out the phrase match type that I just added to the broad match campaign? No, as a phrase match, okay, what they're saying is the following. I have a coffee mug, I have it in a phrase match, and I have a broad campaign as well. I took that coffee cup, I put it as negative in the broad match. Does that mean that I'm negating the whole thing? No, actually not. If you use negative exact and you put coffee mug as negative exact in the broad, you're actually going only not show up for negative exact as a coffee cup itself. So you're not showing up for coffee cup in the broad, but you will show up in the phrase match. So depending on what type of negativing you're doing, negative exact or negative phrase, is gonna vary. But if you do negative exact, you should be good and you shouldn't have any problems. So that's what I understood. I hope that's exactly what you guys asked. Number 19. we're almost getting there. What's a reasonable CTR or click-through rate? As I said, 0.25%. 0.25% higher is very good. This is the general rule, but sometimes you'll find 0.22 and you're still converting well. You're not going to say, oh no, I'm not going to use it. But this is the general idea. If you have high impression, high clicks, high impression, low clicks, not good conversion, you might be able to decide otherwise. But yes, click-through rate 0.25% is very good. Number 20 says, how long should a campaign run to know that the information is valuable and not temporary increase based on competitor running out of stock or other fluke? I always say you need to run the campaign at least for 14 days. 10 to 14 days is very good amount of time, especially when you launch. Later on for maintenance, you can do it every 2 weeks to 1 month. I think is good. You need to have enough data, enough things coming in, enough clicks, enough impression for you to decide and starting iterating and starting seeing what's good, how you increase the bid or how you lower the bid, how you decrease it, all this stuff. So at least 14 days. Anybody who does it for 5, 6, 7 days, I don't think is enough, guys. I think you're really judging the campaign very quickly and you're not getting the most benefit out of it. It's a very painful process when you run PPC because you see yourself losing money and that's affecting you mentally, psychologically, everything. Okay, so I understand that, but you need to run for enough time to collect the data. And if you really have this mental block, it's going to be hard, really hard, but you need to run it for that long. So these are our 20 questions, and I hope you guys really liked it so far. I hope you guys really saw the whole picture. I think it was a really great finale so far. So if you like it, still give me a big like and subscribe to the channel. All right, let's see what other questions we have here. So I'll be able to answer them and then we call it a day. And rest in peace, PPC. Not anymore. That's it. We got it. Everything we needed that you guys wanted, which is I'm very happy to be able to help out. Now, the question is, I'm going to show Audrey. A question was denied, but I'm going to show it. Audrey says, so I just started a ManyChat campaign using 60% off rebate using PayPal and you scared me. I stopped it. Can you give me a sneak peek if I should do the Amazon coupon codes instead? It all depends how you phrase it and your risk tolerance, as I told you, Audrey. I think you can do, the ManyChat, what she's talking about, Audrey, is a lot of people running ManyChat to get effective ranking, to make sure they're really ranking very well. What they do is the following. They go ahead, they phrase the copyright very well in the Facebook ad, and they will tell people, hey, buy the product. If you buy it, I will be able to reimburse you from PayPal, from the back end. And once they give them the order ID and everything, you pay them and you actually rank very well. But this is risky a bit. So what do you need to do in this case? You can do the 60% off as using coupon code, which is really regular, legitimate. There's no issue with it, but you won't be able, if you have a big percentage like this, 60%, your reviews are not gonna stick and it's gonna take you longer time to rank. So that's the difference. If you have a full price purchases, always ranks much better, much faster with less reviews. With less units given. So that's what it is. Trenton Kamasaki says, hi everyone, how you doing, man? Trenton Kamasaki says, should we move our winning keywords to their own ad group? You can do that if you want, but within the same campaign. If you decided to do that, you take all the good keywords from whatever ad group that you have, but leave them within the same campaign with the same ecosystem. That will be much better for you if you decided to do that, and you should be fine. So yes, do it, but within the same campaign as a different ad group, as a different match type if you decided to. Ginger Bay says, are certain categories excluded from running PPC? Yes. Sexual wellness, you cannot run PPC. There's some other stuff that you cannot run PPC honestly with them. Sexual wellness, any product that you cannot sell on Amazon or prohibited to sell, you cannot run PPC on them. But mostly is sex toys you cannot do. And I don't know what the other category, honestly, I don't remember. But I know sex toys you cannot do it. I don't know what else. I'm sorry about that. Mark says, hi Sad, Mahesh here. Would you recommend doing a product targeting campaign on a competitor product that has more than 1,000 reviews and well-known brand name? No, it depends. It depends. I don't think you targeting a high-end product you will convert, especially when you have 1,000 review. No matter what happens, even if they are $2 more than you, and you target them, you're actually not gonna perform very well. It all depends on the product. And if you differentiate very well and you think you're really having a very good shot, it might convert, but most likely won't. Or actually, from my experience, it didn't work. But I always target people who are similar to my reviews, or I have low rating, review rating. Maybe the price is too high. Maybe I have better differentiation. Those people, the low-hanging fruit people that I can target. And also a tip, if you want to do it, make sure you always look at your category or look at your market and see who's running PPC on a regular basis. So if you see someone who's just coming up, especially like people who are just launching their products, is a good place to target those people because they're willing to spend the money and they don't have reviews as much as you. You can target them right away and you can start making sales off them. So that's a trick you can use, which is really helps you. I have a campaign with 200 words, but only 10 winning words. Should I pause this ad and create a new ad group in the same campaign with the 10 winning group? Yes, you can pause the whole thing and get the 10 and put them in a different ad group and pause them in the main one, on the one that has 100. But, Trendon, what's gonna happen is the following. Is actually once you pause those 10 keywords, which is taking the most of the budget, you're gonna see something really crazy. Once you pause them, the other keywords that have no impression, they're going to start getting impression and clicks. Because in the beginning, Amazon saw those 10 keywords out of the 100, the 10%, they're doing very well. So they start consuming the whole budget and the other ones are not getting enough extra budget to spend on them. So what happened is you're gonna get a lot of keywords are not getting any impression or clicks. So that's why with my strategy, which is really one of the best strategies out there, and I can say it, I'm telling you guys, this PPC series is crazy good. I'm telling you, I don't think any paid coaching, any paid course out there will have what I just showed you. Is go ahead and use it, and that's why I put the high volume by themselves, so their own budget. Target as much as you can. This keywords, high volume keywords. Get the budget dedicated to them, and then I have a budget dedicated to the low volume keywords that I don't mind them going in and just spending on them, testing them and see if they work. That's why a lot of you have a campaigns that only few keywords are working, the rest are not, because you're stuffing it. You're not giving a dedicated budget for each high search volume keyword or low volume keyword, which is I explained in the launch strategy number 3, which is the one I prefer the most. Okay, thank you. Order says, do you think they would suspend the listing or whole account if I went forward with PayPal? Look, I am not Jeff Bezos yet, okay? And I don't think anybody will be Jeff Bezos soon, or I don't know him that well. There's possibility. If it happens, which is exactly what happened last year with review disaster that happened, is basically a lot of people lost reviews on the listing. So you could lose all the reviews on your listing. You can maybe get your account, your review restricted on that specific ASIN, so nobody can leave a review on that ASIN for 3 to 6 months. Also, you might get the account suspension. I haven't heard of it, but if it happens, it might happen. I don't know, but I haven't seen it myself as a first hand. But I can tell you the following. Is a lot of people are doing it. It's not a reason for a lot of people doing it. That means you can do it. but it's really effective, and people who are doing it, they're not getting in trouble at all, and they're good to go. So it's all about your risk tolerance. If you ask me if I would do it, yes, I will entertain the thought. I will do it honestly, because the ranking power was huge. So you just need to be very smart about doing it. How you write your ad copy, how you have your email sequence, all that is really important. So for me, yeah, it depends, but it's all about your risk tolerance. For me, I might do it and see what's up. And actually, soon I'm gonna show you about ManyChat. I might offer a service for you guys that you'll be able to use. I know it's gonna cost money, but it's really a lot of work goes behind the scene. I have a team that just will be able to monitor it. So stay tuned. Hopefully, if I decide to release it, I'll release it. But for now, that's what we have. I want to make sure I test everything before I throw the thing out. Mark Mahesh says, where can we see the launch strategy number 3 video? Mahesh, where have you been, man? You just go to my channel, and actually you will see 8 videos. It has a PPC series playlist. Go to it and you will see written launch strategy number 1, launch strategy number 2 and 3, and so on forth. Is launch strategy number 3, I think video number 7, I believe. Just go ahead and you will see it. It's called the Ultimate Launch Strategy. Ultimate Launch Strategy. And subscribe, Mahesh. Okay, subscribe. Don't be nice. Okay. Imad Ayub says, hi Sad. Hey Sad. I'm not sad. I'm Saad. Double A, man. I get this a lot when I first came to this country. Everyone, oh, you're sad. But hey, thank you, Imad. Imad says, do you think it's common to see your sales drop in Q4 if your product is not a giftable type like home and kitchen category? Drop in sales is very hard unless it's seasonal. If you have a product that really seasonal that only works, for example, in summer, or works on I don't know, a specific season that not Christmas, you might see it drop in sales. So it all depends on the product, honestly. And now we have a lot of tools that are going to tell you the trends that are happening with the product, when it sales goes down, when the sales goes up. So that's something that you can really you can go ahead and experiment with. But I think you won't see enough sales. If you have sales last year, you should be able to get sales this year, no problem. Or just look at your competition. Is there a new competition coming in? Is there other people are coming in the market that have a better offer? That's why your sales going down. Did you get bad review? There's a lot of troubleshooting that you need to do before you decide it's the season itself. I hope that was helpful, Imad. Vutran, how you doing, Vutran? I create my own listing and I built everything from scratch like a private label. I am ready for brand registry. Brand registry. Very good, guys. You're learning from a guy who barely can say registry right. So for brand registry, will that allow me to tell other sellers to get off my listing? Yes. If you get a brand registry, you're gonna have the ability to kick other people very easily, and that's gonna really help you with the dashboard that they have for you. So you should be fine, guys. If you get brand registry, you have a lot of control. And honestly, I don't see a lot of hijacking problems as we used to before. So in this case, you are actually, guys, you're good, Vutran. But if you do it, extra protection, good for you. Whether you have it or not, you still can get them. You can get them kicked out, and that's very important and easy. Audrey says, thank you, Sad. I appreciate you. Thank you, Audrey. I appreciate you too. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for being a part of Amazon FBA Giants, becoming a giant yourself in the Facebook group. You're asking the right questions. You're hustling. You're coming to every live Q&A, every video you watch, which is really amazing. I'm very grateful to see that, and I appreciate you. Chase5326 says, LOL, laughed out loud. Chase with Gene. How you doing, Gene? Long time. I haven't heard from you. Where have you been? I missed you, girl. Come on. I hope you're doing well, and please reach out. Let's see what's going on. And I'm very happy to hear from you. I know you're busy with your shirt stuff for Q4, so I hope you crush it. Enrique Alamo says, Sad, what's your favorite method to get reviews before launching a product? I'm going to tell you, I have a video about reviews. You can go ahead and watch, but I'm going to go very quick on it. First of all, you can ask friends and family. You always need to launch even with the 0 reviews. You can do that, which is I always do. I launch it without even 0 reviews. I apply for early review program. So I go to early review program. I apply for it, and you pay $60 for a maximum of 5 reviews, which is really good and really works very well and fast. Secondly, I start getting the second thing, you can go ahead and ask friends and family, which is something you can do, but be very careful. Do it at your own risk. The first 2-3 reviews, not much. The third way you can do it is by basically running ManyChat. With the right ManyChat sequence, you'll be able to retarget them again and get the reviews very nicely, and a very good strategy, which is Audrey, I think you know what I'm talking about, is basically asking for reviews. Very kind of, in between gray area. Okay. This fourth one is actually having a very optimized email follow-up sequence, which is really important. My email follow-up sequence, without a joke, I'm not trying to be me. I don't like saying me either, but I think mine is really ridiculously good. Actually, I gave that same email sequence to one of my clients. Actually, my clients that I mentor one-to-one. I only accept people who are really serious, want to do it, because that reflects on my name. That reflects on what I do with them. So I want to make sure when I work with people, they have the work ethics, they're committed, they're going to work, they do the work that I say, and they will get the benefit. And this is most definitely happens. Most of the times it will work. Now, what I want to say is, just with reviews, with the email sequence, we did it. They launched for 3 months, I believe. 3 months now. We already at 75 reviews. Was really, really good. Really good. Really, really good. And was amazing. It works especially very well on a specific category. And supplement is a little bit hard. People are really stingy to give you a review, which is, I don't understand why. Like I get a review, it's like, oh, helped me a lot. Give me 3-star review. Why? That just happened today. I like, you serious? It's worked for you. And you tell me 3-star review. But when stuff comes, when you do stuff that consume inside of the body and you put it on the body, is completely different. But you should be good with those strategies. And honestly, if you have a right product, let's always start with the right product, the right customer service, the right differentiation is going to help you. Like I'm telling you, I have so many reviews that are coming and say, amazing seller, took care of it, exceptional customer service. I really take care of my clients and customers. The same thing with you guys. I always take care of you. People who buy our services, whether listing optimization, whether the websites service, whether coaching, whether mentorship, I always give you what you deserve. I always follow up with you. I always make sure I am dealing with you, making sure you're taken care of. It's not about the dollar or $100 or 200 or 300 or whatever is I'm going to charge you, because I know my name is important. I want to keep my reputation is very important to me, and that's what I really apply on my life. I apply in my business, and that's really important, guys. Always do to others what you like to be done to you. If you treat people right, you're gonna be treated right as well. Okay, so I always treat people nicely, and it's been working good for me so far. If you try and actually, I create my own listing and I build everything from scratch. Shoot. Vootran, no, if you have brand registry, you cannot get people kicked out if you have retail online arbitrage. Okay, so if you have retail arbitrage, you're not going to be able to kick people out of your listing because everyone shares the listing. But if you have private label, your own product, your own brand, yes, you will be able to do it. And brand registry is going to be on a specific brand. So if I call it this one Vootran, I am going to only kick people who are selling Vootran product. But if you're selling Nike, Adidas, you're selling other brands, no, you don't have the authority to kick them out. Okay? Mark M says, can I be brand registered if I am waiting for my trademark to be approved? Have already filed for my trademark a month ago. You cannot get it. You cannot get it. You cannot get trademarked right away. Sorry, you cannot get approved for brand registered right away if your trademark is not finalized and being approved. But as I had another video about something called IP Accelerator. Well, this is a new program that Amazon has implemented. They're dealing with other trademark attorneys that they refer to. They tell, hey, we're working with those trademark attorneys. Go ahead, file with them. Once you file with them, only filing for trademark, Amazon will be notified that you have applied for it and you will get access to the brand registry right away. Now, the prices are high. Actually, if your brand registry, regular brand registry is going to cost you $700-800 to $1,000. In this case, it's going to cost you almost $1,500. The second thing, why I didn't use it yet, is actually I seen people that talk in the forums. They're saying that people are still waiting. It's been a month and they're still not being enrolled in brand registry. So that's another thing that I'm trying to see. Is it going to be improved? Is it not? And that's why I'm actually in the middle. Do I need to apply for trademark regularly or IP Accelerator, which is going to help me a lot if it really get me access right away. If they do that, I'm happy. If it's not, it's going to be a different story. Chase says, I most definitely will. All right, guys. So tell me, you have any other question before I leave? I hope you guys really like the content so far. I hope you guys really finding a lot of benefit and value in the content I'm giving you. I'm telling you, the content we are putting up, it's one of the best out there. I'm throwing everything detailed to make sure that you really guys understand everything. And please, if you like everything that you see, share it with other people, share it with your peers, share it with other Facebook groups to let them know about this channel. I really need your help. Please, I need your help to grow this channel, we grow this team to make sure we are delivering the right message to the right people that really would like to build a business and make money online. And I'm here to be able to help you guys. So thank you, and please share it. And if you have any comment, leave it in the video below so I can help you. I have one more question before I leave. It says, Vitron, I have seen someone selling disposable shoe covers. 10 other people also can source the same product. This guy has enhanced content. Yes, that could happen. What you can do is actually, that's why I never recommend you go ahead and just launch a product. Differentiated it, add something to it, do something different to the product, add more packaging. So that's protect you from hijackers. That's going to help you to create your own listing without any issues. And you should be fine. The other guy who has a generic product, for sure he's going to get kind of screwed, and he will get hijackers for sure if you don't know how to protect yourself by presenting your brand very well. So guys, Lazarek Abdullah says, Mr. Saad, I guess you was a part of Just One Dime team, I believe. Yes, I was. And I distanced myself because things don't align with my morals and ethics. So I have to decide to do my own thing to be able to help the people where I feel is fit. And that's why I'm here, guys, to help you, to make sure that you guys are really getting the right information and you guys can see it. Even we're very little small community. We're not even 500 subscribers, but we are trying to make our best to give you the best content without any fluff, without someone selling you a dream. I am selling you reality. I'm telling you this business will make you money. You will be able to do it. Put the work behind it. I will help you I will help you with your journey with those videos that I'm doing to make sure that you really have the right expectations, the right goals, to make sure you achieve your goals the right way, without because I want to benefit from you $1 or $2 or sell you a course for $1,000 or $2,000. If in the future presents itself for me to add a course, I know I'm going to have a course that's going to be 100% for you, that's going to be legitimately good. All the information that you're going to do is going to get you to your goal way faster, because I know it's going to come to a time I'm not going to be able to help everybody. We're going to grow, and I'm determined to make it happen, to make this channel grow, to make sure we reach a lot of people, because I believe we'll be able to help a lot of people and make them a good income, a side hustle, or full job by having Amazon business that makes you money and makes your family extra income that really helps you to enjoy it with your people. So that's my message. So if it happens, and I'm getting a lot of questions about courses and stuff like that, I might be able to do one, but it's going to be a legitimate, very true, from someone who have done the business, who have been doing it, and I shared all my numbers with you guys to make sure you see you're learning from someone who's doing it in the trenches with you. Every day I am dealing with Amazon products, issues, sourcing, everything else like that. So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing, guys. And I really, I love helping people for the right reason. Not saying I love to help people because I love people and then I have my hand in your pocket. I'm not this kind of guy. I'm not gonna do it, okay? I will tell you up front what I'm doing. You want to be a part of it, welcome. If you be a part, I know you're going to do well. If it's not, it's okay. I don't care. I'm still going to do those videos. You're still going to benefit. And I'm telling you, with the videos you're having, you will have a very successful business just by running this, what I'm sharing. So I really, guys, appreciate it. It was a rant, but thank you so much for everything you have done. I appreciate and love each and every one of you. Thank you so much for being a part of Amazon FBA Giants. Let's go out there. Let's make the money. Let Amazon know that we're coming for them. We're going to make that money, and let's make it happen. Thank you so much, guys, and take care, everybody, and see you in the next one. Take care.